Take a deep breath with me now. Exhaling. I'm going to reset the energy with my angel tuner. If you have headphones, warning. Thank you. If you have been feeling a little bit of the wobble between the nudge to be seen, but also hiding at the same time, this weekly energy report is probably for you. This is for May 10th through May 16th. And the cards that brought this energy report to us were really, really loud. Yeah, every single deck kept pointing to the same answer, even though I think I had like 8 decks, but they kept all kind of saying the same thing. And if you stay to the end, I will reveal the cards so you can feel the essence and energy of the cards themselves that allowed us to come up with the script together. So this week is about confidence, sharing your voice, your sacred purpose, receiving, nervous system calibration and recalibration, finally allowing yourself to stop shrinking and be who you authentically are and innately were born to be this whole time. So, sensitive people often think that they are lost, or maybe like they're not born with confidence because they're so busy recalibrating places and spaces and making everyone's life better. When really, it's really their nervous system that has created this recalibration field of homeostasis and environments of chaos, right? So you're born for this time, actually. But what if you're carrying a little bit too much of noise that's not yours to carry? And honestly, some of these messages hit pretty hard for me too. And like letting it go. Like I think last week, was it last week or even a comment? I said it's like a matter of like dropping all the luggage that you thought you needed to carry when you really just needed to take a backpack on the flight. So this week we're going to tap through overwhelm, visibility, fears, self-worth, programs and patterns, receiving guidance, and sacred self-expression, and also reconnecting to your authentic voice of who you came to be, unfiltered. Like, say the thing even though you don't want to be the crazy one. Like, for example, me last week. So the cards that I pulled are here to guide the energy that we're tapping into the week. And as I said, if you stay till the end, you will get a sneak peek of the energies and essence of those cards. And I will reveal all those cards that shape this recalibration for us at the end. So stay till the end and you'll get to see why we're saying what we're saying, and why I was guided to have this in this weekly energy report and EFT tapping. So if you're new, welcome. Thanks for staying. I'm Sylvia, an advanced EFT practitioner, amongst other things. And if you're new to EFT, it's been around for beyond 30 years, and it helps our nervous system regulate in as little as 6 minutes. It takes the stressful hormones like cortisol and adrenaline and shifts them into the happy hormones like dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin in as little as 6 minutes of continuous tapping. So what I do is I use the energy and the essence of the card. I ask my spirit team to give me some guidance of what everybody needs to hear, what they might be struggling with at this time. Anybody who stumbles on this video will have the message that's mostly aligned for them. And this practice aligns not only the tapping with the meridian points as we're talking, we're recoding and recalibrating our belief systems and programs that we were picked up in our subconscious mind from 0 to 7 years old. Our lives generally run 95% of the time on our subconscious patterns and programs and belief systems. So this actually helps recode and repattern all of that. by tapping out the bad and in the good. So you don't really need to know all of that sciencey stuff. That's what I'm here for. All you have to do is follow along, because your body knows this stuff, and it knows how to receive, and it knows what to resonate with. It also knows how to recalibrate itself. So what I would like you to do, though, is to drink water if you feel called to drink water, because this is energy work. Also breathe throughout, because I won't be able to cue you to remind you to breathe. The first thing we do as an energetic boundary is we actually create a garbage bin, energetic portal of sorts, where we send all dense, discordant energies that come from our bodies, places, or spaces, as we set the intent to let go all of it down this energetic portal by taking a crystal point if you have one. If you don't, your finger will work. And you imagine opening a bucket or a bin, or I always see like the bank teller chutes, and beneath you, counterclockwise, and if you're in the UK, it's anti-clockwise on the camera. And so we're setting the intent, and we're calling in our guides, our guardian angels, our ascended masters, our archangels, anybody you work with, your ancestors, any spirit totems and totem animals. Feel free to call them in, and portal keepers. And we're releasing and letting go of overwhelm, sense of urgency, collective noise, emotional heaviness, energy that's never yours in the first place to carry. Any empaths out there, you're sponges for this kind of stuff. And instead, we're inviting in divine guidance, support, loving support, grounded clarity and certainty. We're inviting peace, perfect prosperity, self trust, and our innate, authentic expression. That's what we're inviting in instead. Perfect harmony, balance, bliss, joy, ease, grace, all the good things. And we're letting go of anything that doesn't serve us anymore. Those are things that were brought to us from 0 to 7 years old. Most of them we didn't even know that stuck with us, you know? So nothing needs to stay stuck in your body or your field. We're setting the intention that with every exhale, every deep breath, we're going to send down any dissonance, any discordant, not meant for you energy, and allowing our portal keepers, our guides, our guardian angels to assist with removal once and for all of that energy. And so what I would like you to do real quick is check on your body. A lot of times we're in our mind a lot and a little spun up in the mind. So I'd like you to check into your body right now. If you're holding any tension within your body, where is it, and what number would you give it? 10 being most intense, 0 meaning like nothing. Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your back? Could be a form of stress. It could be a feeling. It could be a sense of overwhelm. Don't judge it or give it a story. Just notice it. Good. And then we're going to start on the karate chop point here with round 1. We're acknowledging it and becoming aware of what we're noticing. So just follow along and repeat after me. This is called the karate chop point here. If you're new, welcome. We do this karate chop point 3 times, and then we do rounds. Keep breathing, keep drinking water if you're called. Even though the world feels a little loud right now and a little overwhelming and energetically like too much or draining or demanding for some of you, is what I'm hearing. I am opening to protecting and being in my own energy. And reconnecting to my voice, my own voice. And if you need to put yourself in your own energetic bubble of light, feel free to do that so that you're in your own bubble of Christ light. I do that often, especially at night. I do it, but you can also do it during the day, and you can put other people in bubbles too. This way they're in their own energy as well. even though I've been carrying some pressure and sense of urgency and have these expectations that maybe were never mine to hold, I honor how much I've been carrying and I am open to letting it go and softening now. A lot of times I can feel the energies clearing things from us. So you can tap into the extrasensory energy around you as you say these statements. Sometimes you can feel like feathers wafting, even though a part of me still feels fully not seen or heard. I am trusting myself a little bit more deeply now. And then we're going to go to the eyebrow point. I always tell people eyebrow point, there's like a little divot right here. So it can be either hand if you're left or right, doesn't matter. Even though things feel a little loud lately, I don't know if it's ever been louder. Use this as your own homeostasis, as your own energetic bubble and recalibration for your nervous system. Trust me, it works. Side of the eye. I know that my nervous system is picking all this up and is carrying way too much. You know, my nervous system is picking up everything and carrying way too much under the eye. And that I have been absorbing energy that was never mine to hold. And I've been absorbing energy that was never mine to hold. And sometimes when you tap a lot, I find that you have a harder time talking under the nose, which is hard for you doing the video. Me. Under the nose, trying to keep up with the pressure of the world and the information overload, you know, information, misinformation, all of it. It's just a lot. Chin. And somewhere in all of that noise is your own voice, right? Somewhere in that noise is your own energy, your own voice. That's why I said to do the Christ light bubble around you. Fill it up with like Christ light and have it expand around you. And if you need to, put your people you interact with in their own bubble so they can stay in their own energy. Probably do them a service as well. Collarbone. Sometimes I feel a little disconnected from my own voice with all the noise. Anybody else? Tap in, tap in, tap in, tap, tap, tap. Under the arm. Part of me also still worries about being too much. I thought last week's video was way too much. It was way extreme. Literally felt like I was sitting on a feather. So funny. Top of the head. If you haven't seen it, it's freaking comical. Top of the head, or being fully misunderstood if I fully express my crazy, express myself. That's express myself. I just said my crazy. Taking a deep breath, sending it down with your right hand to your energetic bucket. Feel free to do it even when I forget to cue you. Just keep breathing. The more you breathe, the better you feel. The more you're letting go. Your cells are letting go. Your DNA, whatever's holding on to whatever program, pattern, belief, goes down. Letting go of anything heavy, anything dense, anything discordant, and allowing your body to soften as you send it down that energetic gateway. So we're going to go back to the eyebrow point for round 2. This is a getting to the root of the pattern and reframing it. So the eyebrow point here, even though maybe I was taught, you know, everybody's kind of taught differently because everybody's raised a little different in every household, but maybe I was taught that I needed to overwork, that I needed to overgive, that I needed to shrink in order to feel worthy, because maybe that's what you saw your parents do. Maybe that's what you saw your grandparents do. Maybe that's what you saw other students do. I am open to remembering that my worth was always inherent. Maybe I never really lacked confidence. It was learned. Something to think about, right? Because some of these things you might not remember. if it's 0 to 7 years old that these patterns and programs are and beliefs are installed. You might not remember that side of the eye. Maybe I've been just overwhelmed taking in all this data from other beings and places and spaces. However you were raised. Under the eye, maybe my nervous system never felt safe enough to fully express myself because of fear, right? Maybe my nervous system never felt fully safe to express myself. Under the nose. So maybe I've spent so much of my energy like trying to not upset anyone, or maybe much of your energy is spent covering who you are, that itself is exhausting. Chin. Maybe all that energy of covering yourself, try not to be judged for who you truly are, thinking that if you just acted like somebody else, that you would be safe. In essence, people don't resonate with you when you act like somebody else. They resonate with you for who you are. And if they don't, then it's natural selection of who needs to be around you and who doesn't. And it's the best thing ever. And then collarbone, maybe you're trying not to look foolish, right? Maybe you're trying not to make a fool of yourself, which I felt like a fool last week by the whole like arguing in the room with angels that were really pushing me to get this crown on. So now I have my crown on. It's on my desk. It stays here, handy, under the arm. Trying to fit into perfect boxes to be easier to accept. Top of the crown. But shrinking myself has never really brought me peace anyway. And who are you living your life for? That's the question I'm hearing. If you're shrinking yourself and it's not bringing you peace, who are you living your life for? And or is it a figment of your imagination of doing all the things that you think was going to make other people feel good when you're really not being who you truly are innately? Going to the eyebrow point. Breathing as you feel called. This one is round 3 for the affirmations. Affirmations are like affirmations, but they're questions. So it allows your mind, especially those that are overthinkers, allows your mind to, keeps your mind busy answering the questions that you give it. So what if my voice is needed? I always hear that, like, what if you're the puzzle piece that completes it? Like how important you are to actually have the voice and share the thing, say the thing, do the thing, dance, draw, sing. Out of the eye. What if my authenticity was part of my purpose, but not only my purpose, what if it was part of the purpose of the whole? Like I said, that puzzle piece that has to click in. And if you decide to keep it from the world, then nobody will know you are the missing puzzle piece. And they have an unfinished puzzle without you, without your innate frequency. What if I'm allowed to receive support too? Many of us have always supported others to keep the balance and harmony within a space or place. What if you're also allowed to receive it back? Symbiosis. Under the nose. What if my nervous system deserves this peace? What if my nervous system deserves this peace? Chin. What if I don't need to exhaust myself to be worthy? What if I don't need to exhaust myself? The overworking, the overgiving, the over everything. Just over everything. What if you don't need to exhaust yourself to be worthy? What if it's okay if you go for a walk? It's not, the world's not going to fall apart. What if you take a nap because you're tired and you're exhausted and you feel like you need a nap? Like in every now moment, decide what feels good to you in every now. Like days can change and pivot throughout the day. You might feel like doing one thing and then all of a sudden you don't feel like doing that anymore. Don't do it. What if my sensitivity is my superpower? What if my sensitivity is my ancient wisdom within me? Under the arm. What if it's safer to be myself than it is to hide myself? What if it's safer to be myself than it is to hide myself? Top of the head. What if I'm already more ready than I realize? What if I'm already more ready than I realize? Taking a deep breath, sending it down. Because if you're who you are, naturally, you're already ready. You're born ready. You were born this way. Like, you don't need to get ready to be yourself. Like, just be yourself. I guess if you're faking who you're acting to be like, then you would need to get ready to be that because you're like acting the role like an actor would. But if you're who you are, you don't really need to get ready to do that. You just show up and you be who you are authentically because that's the best, because that's what people want. So, eyebrow point. I can protect my peace without silencing myself. Hence the whole Christ light bubble. I can protect my peace. You can tap for your peace. Side of the eye. I trust my own inner voice because in that Christ light bubble, tapping into yourself like we're doing now, we're regulating our nervous system. You're allowed to hear. You're able to hear without the outside chaos and the noise. Like you are the eye of the storm is what I see under the eye. I allow myself to be seen. I allow myself to be seen. It's important for me to be seen and heard under the nose. I allow myself to receive the wisdom, the guidance. I allow myself to receive the support, the abundance. Chin. My voice matters to the whole. My voice matters to the whole. There's frequencies in the voice, in our energetic fields. We may or may not know all that we don't know. You know what I mean? So what if your voice really does matter to somebody out there because it's unlocking something for someone else? Collarbone. My nervous system is sacred. I see the nervous system as a tree. If you've ever seen like a scan of the actual nerves that run through the body, it looks like a tree and like an old oak tree. So under the arm, I embody my sacred purpose with grounded confidence. I embody my sacred purpose with grounded confidence. Embody my sacred purpose with grounded confidence. Top of the head. And I no longer abandon myself to belong. And I no longer abandon myself to belong. That's a big one. Many people abandon themselves. Don't abandon yourself. Choose yourself all the time. Because if you choose yourself, everything else works out. Ending with a third eye. So be it, so it is. Taking a deep breath, sending it all down. One more. Can you feel the angels? Like it's like their wings are like going like this energetically. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. All right. So what shifted in your body from 0 to 10? Where was it? Remember? Do you remember where it was? And where was it? Like, where was it in the body and what was the number? Because I want you to take note of that and make sure that you let me know in the comments. I love to read all the comments. Now we're going to close that. Grab my crystal point. We're going to close the energetic portal that we asked our guides and guardians and angels to clockwise on the floor. I know it looks backwards on the camera probably. Imagining closing this bucket, portal, bin, recycle bin, bank chute. And we're thanking our guides, our guardians, our archangels, our higher self, our ascended masters, ascended ancestors for helping us today, letting go of what no longer serves us, and then also helping our nervous system regulate, right? Giving us the clarity and certainty with the messages that we're receiving through this tapping. And just as promised, thank you for hanging on. I'm going to go over the cards that shaped this energy report this week. We're going to go with 2121, the angel number. It's called Energy Levels, protecting your energy, trusting the climb. So this card basically said that it's not an elevator, it's a climb, and you got this kind of thing. And trust or protecting your energy through the process and knowing what's yours and not yours. Confidence. Confidence requires care. And that was the whole message about like maybe a nap is calling you, maybe walking in the woods is calling you, maybe going for a drive is calling you. Like what do you need to keep going? Because you're going to get there innately, but like also being good to yourself in the process. Amazonite or Amazonite, truthful speaking, heartfelt communication. I have a nice big chunk over here. It's beautiful. This one's mixed with, um, uh, I just totally forgot. It's this. It's mixed with this one here, smoky quartz, which is a transmuter of negative energy. This one is the fire garden. Your desire is not unholy. This is igniting your fire and passions and letting it roar. Sorry, my husband left and came back. So the dog has to bark at anything that comes. Express yourself, play, be untamed, allowing yourself raw, authentic aspects of yourself to come to the surface. For those that are in chosen, that reminds me of Lux energy. The universe is able to see you in all of your glory. And this one is Mother Mary, and it basically says, don't be afraid to share your voice and be heard. And this one is share your voice, come out of the cave, um, expression, come out of the cave, and then Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. And then we have Lady Nada with well-being, number 36. This is the self-preservation, service to spirit, youthful appearance. So Lady Nada is see the peaceful moments in the chaos. It looks like it has some swans. For those that know how swans are so graceful on the water, yet their feet are paddling like crazy under the water, but they just look like they're gliding, right? So that's a message in itself. Then we have sacred purpose. Honor the holy flame within. This is number 43, eternal flame, ancestral legacy. These cards are so cool. I love these cards. And then this one, I just thought it was the cutest thing ever and how perfect. It's number 28, gracious receptivity. And it's, look at, she's got all these wings and she's got a crystal crown on herself. You are allowed to receive. And gracious receptivity just means being grateful for the thing coming to you. You know, maybe like a gratitude journal where you're writing down 3 things you're thankful for before or after your day, because it really just sets the tone for your energetic frequency. And it could be little or big things, things that you're calling in, say them in the way that it's past tense, it's already happened, and you're appreciating that. Or the things, the little things like that are big things to other people, like a roof over your head or a car that runs. So in the comments, share your numbers from 0 to 10, and I would like you to write your power statement, which can be my voice matters or it's safe for me to be seen and heard. My voice matters or it's safe for me to be seen and heard. So I read every single one of your guys' comments. I appreciate them. And at this point, I've been able to stay on top of the comments. So I do love to hear how this shifted or moved you. And if you have deeper work to do and you would like more deeper support with that, feel free to check in my links in the comments. I do offer one-to-one EFT energy recalibrations and walk you through some of the stuff that you might be going through. It helps with depression, anxiety, life transformations and transitions. I mean, just helps with tons of different things, but everything is linked down in the comments. And I think I've mentioned it in the past about the chosen group that I'm in, and it's like it's called Chosen Challenge. So if you're super curious about it, it's like a 33-day challenge, and it's stayed open, and it has like a daily challenge, like audio that's like anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes every single day, and like a weekly meditation to allow you to like transform into your innate self and maybe like pop your fake identities off, is what I joke about. Like, it's genuinely being in a loving space with people that are authentic and also growing, and just like leaps and bounds growth, authentically expanding and expressing it in this space. So it's so much fun to celebrate others also doing the work. And I've done years of self development, spiritual work, and also like certifications. And I've never had quite this experience before. And it's so worth the $55 that I invested in it. So, anyways, all that's in the comments below. So feel free to check it out if you're interested. And don't forget to like or subscribe, or stay tuned to any future energy report tap-alongs and recalibrations, because your nervous system will thank you and love you for it. And I think that's pretty much it. And yes, the crown, I remembered it this time, so we didn't have to stop midway through and get it on the head. Apparently it's staying. The angels have been very happy with that. So I guess it lives here now. I have to keep it right here on my desk, so it's handy. Until next time, I think that's all I got for you. Until next time, bye for now. Love you so much. Thanks for watching.